Hello dear students. So today we are going to read Moments, our second book of English, and today we are going to read lesson number 3, Ishwaran the Storyteller, and it is written by R.K. Lakshman. So yesterday, means in previous class, I have explained 3 paragraphs. So before I start to give you an explanation of next paragraphs, I just want to give you a small recap of all the 3 paragraphs so that you can continue with that. You can just remind it. Okay. So this is the story of a person whose name is Ishwaran, and Ishwaran was a cook of Mahendra. Okay. So just know about Ishwaran, that Ishwaran was a cook and he has the art of what? Telling the stories. Okay. So here the story starts from here that Mahendra, who was a supervisor and he was working in a company, and that company hired some more supervisor for the supervise the construction site, just like dams, factories and bridges and railway constructions and chemical plants also. So there he was narrating a story, means he was telling all the incidents which happened with him. He was telling to his friend Ganesh. Okay, so in this way you will get 3 characters. First one is Mahendra, that was who was the supervisor of that company, and he had a cook that was Ishwaran, and the second one is Ganesh. Means 3 characters are there right now. Okay, so Mahendra, Ganesh and Ishwaran. Okay, so here he started the story that he was, means Mahendra was telling all the incident, that whatever happened with him, he was telling to Ganesh. So Ganesh was listening each and everything, and here the narrator was describing about the job profile of Mahendra, that how he was working there. So his job was not a permanent office job, means he had to move from one place to another place as office ordered him that you have to go there and you have to check all the construction sites. So he had to move at once. So as you know that he was a bachelor, means he was not married, he didn't have family, so he was able to manage himself at any situation, at any conditions. Okay, so even he could manage to stay at night in circuit house, even he could make tent in a forest, means at any rate he was able to means he was able to adjust himself anywhere. Okay, but he was very lucky that he had an asset. And who was that? He had a cook named Ishwaran. He was not a cook, he was all-rounder, we can say. He was all-rounder. Why I am saying that he was all-rounder? Because means every day, means he did all the works like washing his master's clothes, cleaning the houses, cooking the foods, means, and sometimes he produces vegetables also. Cooking ingredients, means so many things that he had known. Means in this way we can say that he was very, very talented, and he had the capacity to produce vegetables. But he did not complain anything about his master's transferring. Okay, so without any complaint, wherever his master was transferred or posted, so he also followed him without any complaint. He did not complain anything. But wherever he goes, so he just found each and everything about, means for his daily life things. Just like suppose he had a capacity that I have told you, that suppose if his master was posted in a remote area, there so many, means for so many kilometers he did not get, means if he is not getting any shops, if he is not getting any vegetables, nothing he is getting. Means everywhere is just a remote area, means nothing, he is getting nothing. But he had a capacity that he could produce vegetables. And even you know very well that he was what? Whenever he was whenever he was transferred to a new location or new places, so it is very difficult for the master that to cook food easily, but that Ishwaran was capable, that he used to do each and everything very easily. So he is not a cook, he is a magician. Okay, means you can understand that how he was managing all the things and how he was doing all the things. Okay, so this was the small recap of this 3 paragraphs. Now we will continue from the next paragraph, page number 13. Okay, So Mahendra would be up early in the morning and leave for work after breakfast, carrying some prepared food with him. So every day, as you know that he was a office person. So every day, whenever he used to get up, he used to get up. So every day he just after taking breakfast, he used to carry lunch with himself, which is prepared by his cook only, Ishwaran. So very easy, you can understand that. Miss every day he used to go to office and without every day he used to go to office with lunch, okay, after taking breakfast. Meanwhile, Ishwaran would tidy the shade, wash the clothes and have a leisurely bath, pouring several buckets of water over his head, muttering a prayer all the while. Okay. So meanwhile Ishwaran would tidy up the shade. Means here, suppose his master's job timing is 10 to 5 o'clock. 10 to 5 o'clock. So his master gets up and he used to go to the office. So meanwhile means after 10 o'clock, he also used to complete all the household work, just like cleaning the houses, washing his master's clothes, cleaning utensils, and after doing all the things, he just took a leisurely bath. Means he just poured what? Water. He just poured buckets of water over his head. Means he just pouring. Means he took a very leisurely bath. He just got relaxed and he just means you can understand he took time to take bath. Okay, and while he took bath, so at the same time he muttering something like Om Namah Shivaya, Sita Ram, Radhesham. Like means he just mutters something while taking bath. Okay, means he just prays something. Okay, so many people do while taking bath. It would be lunchtime by then. After doing all that things, cleaning the shade, washing the clothes and taking bath, after doing all that things, means after completing all that things, that was the time of what? To take lunch. So after taking lunch, what he does? After eating, he would read for a while before dozing off. Okay, dozing means sleeping. So after taking lunch, when he used to go to take rest, when he used to go to sleep, so before going to sleep, he used to read some books. So it's a very good habit for everyone, not in daytime, in night time also. So before going to sleep, we have to read some books so that we can have some knowledge. So here, he also whenever after completing all the things, after taking lunch, whenever he used to go to sleep, so before going to sleep, he used to read book. The book was usually some popular Tamil thriller running of hundreds of pages. And which book he was reading? He used to read. It was Tamil book, and that Tamil book was very thrilling, very suspense. Very thrilling, very interesting. Means you can understand that which type of book that he was reading at that moment. Its imaginative descriptions and narrative flourishes would hold his friend in thrall. So whatever the stories are given, whatever the stories are in that book, whenever he used to read, so he got interested in reading that stories, all that stories which is mentioned in that. So he involved with. He started reading and he felt that he was the hero in that story. He felt that he was the protagonist of that story. So he involved himself too much because it was thrilling and it was interesting book. So it was all about, you can understand that how the movies are, means Tollywood movies. Tollywood movies means South Indian movies. So it is very interesting, very suspenseful movies. Okay. So here he also, whenever he used to read all that books, so here he also got what? Interesting, means all the movies are just like, means all the stories are just like an imaginative description means just imagine whatever the imagination of the writer he is reading, and he also felt about the imagination of the writer. Okay, next paragraph. His own descriptions. His own descriptions were greatly influenced by the Tamil authors that he read. See, after reading the Tamil writers' stories, so he started his, means Tamil writers' stories in his own way, in another way. Okay, once again, his own descriptions were greatly influenced by the Tamil authors that he read. Means whatever he read only that books which belongs to Tamil, okay, Tamil stories. So he was very, very influenced by that Tamil authors. So whenever he used to talk, so he just include all the things, include all the points which is just related to that Tamil authors. Okay, but he describes in a very different way. When he was narrating even the smallest of incidents, he would try to work in suspense and a surprise ending into the account. So whenever he used to narrate any story, even a small story, even a small incident, whenever he used to narrate, so he narrate in a different way. In a different way means in a suspense, so that the listener would be captivated by that story. And he never complete his story. He never complete his story, so that the listeners would be continue with that story, with that storyteller. Okay, so he always used to do the same thing. As whenever you watch any serial, so after half an hour you see that to be continue. To be continue means if you want to watch further, so you have to watch the next episode in next day. So just like that, he also do the same thing. Okay, so when he was narrating even the smallest of incidents, he would try to work in suspense and a surprise ending into the account. For example, and he always complete, whenever means sometime he completes a story, so he always give surprise to the listener at the end of the story. Okay, for example, instead of saying that he had come across an uprooted tree on the highway, he would say, with eyebrows suitably arched and hands held out in dramatic gesture. See, so very simple. For you and for me, if any tree is fallen on the roadside, so definitely we can say the tree is fallen on the roadside. But if a very good narrator is there, a very good storyteller is there, so definitely they would what? They would mix something. So here Ishwaran means instead of directly saying that the tree is fallen on the roadside, nothing else, that story is finished. But instead of saying that, he would narrate his own way. He would describe the story his own way and how he had described. For example, instead of saying that he had come across an uprooted tree on the highway, he would say, with eyebrows suitably arched and hands held out in a dramatic gesture. So he would say, see, you know what, sir? There was a big, huge tree, just like stretching his hands, and he just explained like that, so that the listener would captivated by that means storyteller. Okay, the story. Okay, so he would be listening very, very carefully. You know what? Like means he always use his facial expression, body language, and modulation of voice, so that the story should be what? Interesting. Even a simple or small incident he described like that. Suddenly I spotted something that that looked like an enormous bushy beast lying sprawled across the road. Very simple. Instead of saying the tree is fallen on the roadside, he would narrate in different way, in his own way. And what he narrated there, I spotted means I saw something that looked like enormous. Enormous means huge, very big, very huge. Bushy beast means very big animal, we can say, lying sprawled across the road, which is just sprawling. So it was very huge, very big. Instead of saying simple thing that the tree was fallen there, he didn't say like that. He didn't say that the tree was fallen on the roadside. Instead of saying that, he narrated the story. He narrated his own way. He narrated means he had given description in a different way, in a detail. So I was half inclined to turn and go back. I was half inclined to turn and go back, but as I came closer, but you know what? When I saw that the huge and very bushy and very big animal, very big beast was there, so I just half inclined, means I just want to see, but then I go back. But as I came closer, I saw that it was a fallen tree. See, before that, when I went near, so I was thinking that was something different, some maybe dinosaur or something else. But when I came near to that, so I found that was a tree. So think, instead of saying simple thing that was a fallen tree, he narrated, he had given description in a different way. With its dry branches spread out, Mahendra would stretch himself back in his canvas chair and listen to Ishwaran's tales uncritically. Before that, Ishwaran, that Mahendra was listening his story very carefully, in a very captivated, means he was very curious to know, he was very eager to know that what was that. Definitely, if a person will explain like that, so definitely any listener will listen that person very carefully. So he was listening. When he found that, oh, nothing was there, that was tree which was just fallen on the roadside, now he got relaxed too, Mahendra. Okay, so before that something will be there. Now paragraph next, page number 14. The place I come from is famous for timber. Timber means wood. Actually wood there, that is used for what? Transporting, for business purposes. Okay, Ishwaran would begin. Now the next incident, actually here Mahendra narrating, Mahendra was collecting all the incident that was told by Ishwaran, and he was telling to his friend Ganesh. Okay, so he told another incident to Ganesh, which was told to Mahendra by Ishwaran. Okay, now again Ishwaran started another story that, you know sir, there was a place from where I come, means from where I came, that was very famous for timber. Timber, I told you that there wood and the elephants are just they are just taking the help of the elephant to take the log and to transport to the lorries. Okay, so he started. There is a richly wooded forest all around, means from where he belonged to, that was the forest area, and that was the dense forest area. The logs are hauled on to the lorries by elephants. Hauled means what? Transported. Okay, so the logs are transported on the lorries by elephants. So here elephants were working as a person, means elephants were taking all the logs, means the tree, a very big tree, they just take the tree with the help of their trunk, and they just kept where? Into the lorry. They are huge, well-fed beasts. Now he talk about the elephant, how they were looking, how they were. So he told that they were very huge because they were feeding too much. They were feeding too much. So because of that only they were very huge and very wild animal. Okay. So when they turn wild, even the most experienced Mahabhat is not able to control them. Now he also told about the elephant that when they were unable to control, when they turned wild, when they became angry, when they became mad, who? Elephant. Okay, when the elephant became mad, or when the elephant became angry, or when the elephant turned wild. So at that moment, Mahabhat, who is very experienced to handle, to control the elephant, that time also they are unable to control. So after this prologue means a small introduction. So after this prologue, Ishwaran would launch into an elaborate involving an elephant. So after giving this small introduction of the elephant, now he was going to tell his own story. In that story, elephant was there. Okay, so once again, so actually in this paragraph, he just wanted, he created a base. Who? Ishwaran. He had given a small introduction before telling another story which is related to him and related to elephant. Means he was going to tell another story, and in that story elephant is also there and Ishwaran is also there. But before going to tell this story, he had given a small introduction. What he told? That he belonged to a place where the timber was working, means where so many elephants were working. And how they were working? They were working that they just take the huge and very big log and they transfer to the lorries. And he also told that whenever any elephant became mad, or any elephant became angry, or any elephant turned wild, so that time an experienced Mahabhat is also unable to control the elephant. So he had given a small introduction before narrating his own story. So the next story means how he had started, we will come to know in next class. Okay, so I'm also going to end this class before completing this story, so you will be also curious to know about it. So we will meet again in next class. Okay, so thank you so much, dear students.